Hey, what's up, Fit Fam? So here we are. We're at a new month. Time for a new strength club. So for this October strength club, we're going to go workout A today. We got some new stuff, a couple new things in there for you. Nothing too crazy, but let's just get right into it, okay? So you know the drill. We got our template set up. We're going to start with some ramping and to get everything warmed up. Then we're going to hit some total body power work just to get all those muscles firing. Then we're going to get to our strength sets. We got 4 exercises. We're going to work on our strength sets this month, and then we'll have a quick finisher for you at the end. So let's get into it. So we got, we're going to start with our hangs, you know the drill, because we're going to really focus on working on that grip strength, shoulder mobility, decompressing that spine here. So we got 30 seconds. Focus on those long, deep breaths. Get as much air in as you can. Hold it for a couple seconds, then slowly push all that air out till you feel those abs wall up at the end. Your goal for this should be to try to get this done in as few breaths as possible, and 3 to 4 would be pretty good. We're going to match that up with our TRX high rows here. So for this one, remember, as we're working our high rows, we're thinking about squeezing those shoulder blades, almost a straight line across from elbow to elbow, but there can be they can be a little bit lower your shoulders. We just want to make sure we're not shrugging as we're doing these. So elbows out wide, squeeze those shoulder blades. It's going to have a bit of a feel like a pull-up, but what I want you to focus on as you're doing this one is stepping out so it's light enough that you're never failing on the rep, first of all. And then also get a good squeeze at the top. Squeeze those shoulder blades. We're going to try to get all those muscles firing on that upper back. And then we're going to get 2 sets of each of those. Then we're going to move on to the next 2. So we have our rollouts and our half kneeling band overhead extensions. So again, we're coming back to those rollouts. We've taken them off. We've taken a month off. So some of you, after that first day, you know how you're going to feel. Take your time with these. Think about those hips going down as those arms are going out, so you're moving in one plank here, nice and controlled, or you don't have to go all the way out till your chest touches the floor. I want you to focus on a range of motion that you can do well. And then over the course of the month, keep challenging yourself to get a little bit better. I'll also tell you a little side note here. We have those wheels out over there all the time. You guys are welcome to come in and do a few reps every single day. That will make a big difference over the course of the month as well. But we got those rollouts for 30 seconds, and then we have our half kneeling overhead extensions with those bands. So this is an anti-rotational exercise here. You're going to squeeze that back glute, wall up those abs, shoulders down and away from those ears. You're going to feel a bit of a stretch through the hip flexor as you're working this one. Tension in that band. What you'll really notice is at the top, that's when you're going to know whether that band is if you're too far out, there's too much tension in that band, because it's going to pull your hands over. The goal here is to keep those hands pulled away from the beam the entire time here, staying right in line with your spine. We're going to get a set in on one side, then we'll go back to the rollouts, then we'll come back and we'll get a set in on the other side on those. So 2 sets of both of those. Then we're going to move on to our total body and power work here. So again, a nice simple combination here that's great for just getting everything warmed up. We have our ski erg and swings. So we're gonna hit up that ski erg. We got 10 pulls. We're thinking power, not speed on every single. So we're not trying to get this set done fast. We're trying to pull as hard as we can on every single pull here. So 10 hard pulls up to those tippy toes. Use all that body weight for momentum. You wanna track your meters here. And then the second exercise is our kettlebell swing. So you can either do those dead stop swings like you see Coach Tia doing here. Again, parking that belly time, hiking it back, driving through those heels like you're jumping up off the floor, throwing that kettlebell across the room, obviously not letting go. Stopping that kettlebell right there at the chest height. You can do either 5 of those or you can do 10 repetitions here. So think about power, popping those hips, driving through those heels. We're going to do 2 sets of those, and then we are going to move on here. So from there, we're going to move over to our strength sets. For this one, like I mentioned earlier, we got 4 exercises. We're going to be doing 2 to 3 sets in that first week. We'll definitely get at least 2 sets in. We may have time for 3. Weeks 3 or 2, 3, and 4, we will have enough time for 3 sets here. And we're going to be working 5 to 8 reps, which means that you want a weight that is challenging. The last good rep should be the 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th rep. But we just came off that 8 to 10 rep range in September. So that 8 rep weight is a good place to start. But in week 1, remember, the goal is to find out the right weights here, what can be challenging. So you can do a warm-up set with what you think is going to be like your 8 rep weight. But ideally what we want to find by the end of that first workout is, or the first week of workouts is, what is a heavy 5 or 6 rep weight for you? And then over the course of the month, turn that into your 6 to 7 rep weight. And by the end of the month, maybe it's turned into your 7 to 8 rep weight. So that's how we want to challenge ourselves. I know it can be scary at times to challenge yourself with some of those heavier weights, but you will get stronger from it, and we're not going to let you fail on these anyway. So be brave, push through, really challenge yourself on these. So we have our dumbbell bench press to get started here. We're on that flat bench. We're going to use both arms at the same time because remember, I want you folks on heavy weight here. So we're going to keep both working together here. 5 to 8 reps, wall up those abs. And remember, those wrists stay over the elbows as you're working. Deep breath in on the way down. Push that air as you're pressing them up. 5 to 8 good reps. And then we're moving over to our cyclist squats. Obviously, the key here is letting those knees go out over your toes and then getting your butt as low as you can while keeping those hips, keeping that chest up and shoulders back as you're working these. You can start with body weight if you're not sure, but most of you are going to be able to add significant weight here. You can add the weight vest, the kettlebells, dumbbells, however you want to add weight to those. We're looking for 5 to 8 challenging reps here, and then we're going to move on to our sled row pull. So again, we're going to get set up at the end of the blue floor. We're going to pull this sled all the way down, reaching and pulling at the same time, sitting back, keeping those knees pushed apart to keep those hips stable. On this one, remember, we're only going to take it one way down. The next set, either you or the next person will take it back down the other way. But when you're working these, if you need to use your legs near the end, that's great. That makes sense because you're going to be getting tired. If you start with the weight that you already have to use your legs at the beginning, it's too heavy here. We want smooth pulls on this one. Every rep is a nice smooth rep as we're working that sled. Take your time with it. We're going one way down, and then the next person will take it back. So then the last one's our kickstand RDL. So this is a variation of a single leg RDL. Now for this one, the setup is important. As you can see here with Coach Tia, she's not stepping back with that back leg or that with her right leg. She's literally just putting that foot back. So you can see how those knees and thighs are in line, especially at the top. The reason this is important is because it makes sure that you're not shifting your weight to that back leg at all as you're working this exercise. And this is also going to give you a little bit of support and stability so that you can really challenge yourself with that weight. So if you're someone who feels very comfortable with your single leg RDL and bringing that leg up, that's great. We're still going to work this kickstand here because this is where I want you to really challenge yourself with some heavy weight. For those people that are that are new to RDLs, to single leg RDLs, this is going to be challenging enough, and it's going to challenge that stability a little bit. For those of you that are very familiar, this is going to allow you to pull some heavy weight now. So challenge yourself. Nice flat back. Notice how Tia's sitting into it. So those hips are going down. She's bending both knees as she's working here, and then she's driving up, squeezing those glutes tight. You can hold the kettlebell with both hands here, especially if you're going heavier, or you can hold it with the same arm as the leg that stepped back here so we get some contralateral activation working there as well. But we're going to go 5 to 8 on each side, and I can't emphasize this enough. Challenge yourself with the weight on these. You'd be surprised how much you can actually pull. You will feel this in your glutes the next day, and probably the whole month. So from there, we're gonna go. We got 2 to 3 sets there, and then from there, we're gonna move on to a quick finisher. Now, and what we're gonna focus on the first exercise, we're gonna have those chin-up negatives. Now, this is gonna be new for a lot of you, I understand. What we're working on with these chin-up negatives is we're gonna get ourselves set up at the top of this bar. We're gonna use the squat rack to help us get up there. And then you're going to slowly lower yourself down to a straight arm position. Then you're going to step back up. Each time, we're not pulling ourselves up. We're going to step up to get in the right position, then we're going to slowly lower ourselves down to the floor. Now, most people don't know this, but the negative part of an exercise, we're always stronger. So lowering a weight or lowering ourselves in a push-up, we're always stronger than when we're pushing. The reason this is good is because this is going to allow us to really challenge those muscles at a slow tempo that will translate to stronger chin-ups when we come back to those chin-ups as well. So get yourself up there, slowly lower yourself down. Now, if you're someone who can go down in 5 seconds and it's not really the challenge to do 5 reps, then you are going to want to add a weight vest to this one and make it more challenging. If you're someone who struggles to do it with just your body weight, that's okay. We're going to add some bands here. You'll get your foot set up in as many bands as you need to slowly lower yourself down. So we're looking for control here. We're going for 3 to 5 reps. Why 3 to 5? Because for some people, 3 reps is going to be all you can really do because you're really going to challenge yourself, and that's okay. You'll get up to 5. For those of you that can do 5, the challenge is how heavy can you make it so that last rep, whether it's 3, 4, or 5, really is a challenge to slowly lower yourself down. And like I said, this is going to have a huge impact on your chin-ups as well. And then we're going to match that up with our Echo Bike. So we're going for 7 calories on this guy now. I know some of you are thinking, ugh, 7 calories. It's only 2 more calories. I know. It is going to feel like a lot, though, but you're going to be better for it at the end, okay? So for this one, we're talking about 15 to maybe 30 seconds for most of you. Some are going to do it faster, some are going to do it slower. That's okay. But the key is, in that first week, see how hard you can go and how fast you can go. And then over the course of the month, try to improve on that time. I know that can be scary, but again, it's a short burst. I really want you to see the impact that this can have on your conditioning as well. So challenge yourself there. We're going to get 2 sets of those at the end, possibly a third for anybody who's really wanting to get a little extra work in, and then we're done. So that's our Strength Club A for this week, or for this month of October. I'm really excited about these. I hope you guys are as well. Let's get the most out of this. Let's have a great month, everybody. That's it. I'm out of here. Love you. Bye.